Good morning, Belle. How are you? Good. I'm trying to fix my seating and I can't quite make it happen, whatever reason. I'm just kind of out of sorts today. Okay, maybe that's better. So what's up, Belle? How was yesterday? Good? Yeah, I'm out of sort. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Because I'm all discombobulated today. So what'd you do? Did you get to do anything fun last night or what? We have snow. We have snow and like 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and I'm really over it. How about that? Yeah, I'm just ready to turn the page. Yeah. Good morning, Nevaeh. Good morning, Arshad. How's everyone today? Arshad, what's up? All good? Ray, how about you? Okay, so while we wait for everyone to join us, you guys check out my background today, por favor. Have you checked for any missing work? Have you checked in VHL to see if you have missing work? Hi, Ray. Hi, Troy. Buenos días. Feliz miércoles. Miércoles hoy, right? Hoy es miércoles. Hola, Kinsley. Buenos días, Kendall. Can we have cameras, you guys? Hi, Kendall. You guys have a good evening yesterday? Yeah. Hi, Kinsley. Ooh, what is it, Kinsley? Anything I would know? Make, hold on, I gotta move this out of the way. Make you, oh, that's cool. Who wrote that one? Good morning, Trevon. I don't know her. How you doing, Trevon? I don't know her, Kinsley. Have you ever read anything by her before? Trevon, be thankful that you do not live here with me in Kansas City, Missouri, because we have 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts and more in some places, and snow outside. You wouldn't be able to be doing your track and stuff like that outside. You have to find an indoor place. Yeah, cold and windy. You never know in track season, isn't that right? What the weather's going to be, but hopefully not snowy anyway. Hi, Jo Marion. Hi, Ethan. Can we have our cameras on, please, you guys? Muy agradecido. Gracias. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Malia. You guys, a little bit of a different day today. Take a look behind me. We got some questions, kind of a checklisty thing. So while we wait to see who else is going to join us, go ahead and go down the list here. If you can see behind me on my Zoom screen. Buenos dias, Andrea. Buenos dias, Elijah. ¿Cómo estamos? How are we today? Okay. Son las 9. So it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, clase, for you. So take a look behind me. Let's get started today. Feliz miércoles. Happy Wednesday. We have a shorter class period today, right? So in this class, we do not have a third 9-week test. Okay, let me say it again. We do not have a third 9-week test. Okay. We will have one at the end of the year, but we're not going to have one for this one. So we had one in the middle of the year at the end of second quarter, basically second 9-week period. And then we'll have one at the end of the fourth, this end of the second semester. Okay. So that's no problem. However, have you guys checked for any missing work? These are just reminders. Have you checked in VHL to make sure that you have all of those done? We do not have classes on Friday, but remember that your grades, all your work is due by Friday. Okay, and then I can get it graded over the weekend. And then this last question. Have you ever heard of an alebrije? Do y'all know what that is? Without Googling, what is an alebrije? Have you ever heard that word before? No? Okay. And I don't expect you guys to. I'm just curious. Have you ever heard of it? What is an alebrije? Again, you don't have to. Yes, Ethan, that's right. You don't have to Google it, right? Because we're going to learn about it today. Yeah, sort of. An alebrije. That's our job today, is to figure out what those are. Tiana, buenos dias. Bernadette, buenos dias. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, you guys. It's 2 after. Again, if you just joined us, Tiana, here's what our agenda is today. You are making sure that you know what your missing assignments are, if any, in the module and in VHL, right? And then we're going to start talking about these alebrije, okay? Bueno. So the first thing that we're going to do is I have several videos for us to share, okay? So our goal today, if you're just logging in, is to figure out what is an alebrije. ¿Qué es un alebrije? And you guys are going to think that it's this simple little, I don't know, kind of cartoony thing. But let me tell you, it is much more than that. And that's what we're going to, yes, Kinsley, and we're going to figure out what exactly they are and where they came from, et cetera, et cetera. So I have videos and stuff today. You need to make sure that you can hear and that you can see, okay? Because at the end of the hour today, if we have time, or tomorrow, okay, we have several activities surrounding what is an alebrije. ¿Qué es un alebrije? Okay, and so you're going to want to be able to answer the questions. All righty, clase? All right, here we go. Y'all ready to start? All right, so let's just kind of warm up a little bit. And this is my warm up, and maybe it will spark your memory a little bit. Okay. All right. So here we go. Make sure you can see my screen and make sure you can hear me, clase. All right, here we go. Ready?
Pensé que era mi papá Héctor todo el tiempo. Eres un guía espiritual. ¿Quién es un guía espiritual? ¡Tú eres!
Okay, does that spark anybody's memory, you guys? About what is an alebrije? Sí or no? Kind of. That was from the movie Coco, right? Yeah, from the movie Coco. And so before we get into what it is and why they are, et cetera, that movie Coco, you guys, has so many elements. If you get a chance to go back and watch it, if you've never seen it, go watch it for the first time. It has so many elements of Mexican culture. It is beautifully done. Okay. And so they even included alebrijes. So that kind of gives you a clue as to how, like, what's the word I'm trying to say? How, I can't think of the word, like important, I guess, alebrijes have become in Mexican culture. So that's part of what we're going to try to discover today. Okay, clase? All right, muy bien. So I'm going to put another slide or another thing up on the screen. Again, make sure that you can hear. Okay, clase? Make sure that you can hear. And we're going to share our answers in the chat like we always do. Okay. All right, here we go. Y'all give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Muy bien. So we look at this. This is an example of an alebrije, but what the heck is it? I don't know, but check it out first. And what you notice, like even in the Coco video where Dante the dog started to become really colorful. So one of the things that we're going to notice is that all of these things are very colorful. Yeah, it looks like a chameleon, but sort of, kind of, because it has like wings, and chameleons don't have wings. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it does. It's reminiscent of a chameleon. You're right. Okay. All right. So make sure you can hear, and then we're going to put our answers in the chat. Okay, clase? This goes kind of fast, and I can't really, I don't know. I'll try to turn it, make it slower, I guess. Okay, we'll see how that goes. All right, here we go.
If you go to Mexico City, in the neighborhood...
Yeah. Go away. I need it to go away.
Merced Balbuena, in the intersection of San Nicolas and Oriente, through this rusty iron door and up 2 flights of stairs, you will meet the family that changed Mexican folk art forever. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
Mi nombre es Leonardo Linares Vargas y me dedico a hacer alebrijes.
Alebrijes, the fantastical creatures traditionally made out of paper mache. Across Mexico, you can find these beautiful monsters everywhere. You can find them in the streets, in the museums. There are workshops of alebrijes scattered around the city, And there's even a huge parade of monumental alebrijes that takes over Mexico City once a year.
Okay, in Mexico City, where can you find alebrijes? Select all that apply. Parades, museums, street corner shops, A, B, C, D, or all of the above? What's your answer? Good, Bernadette? Good, Trevon? Good, Kendall? Come on, you guys. Yep. Anyone else? I need to hear from everyone. This is too easy for you not to respond. Okay. So the truth is, you guys, in Mexico City, you can find alebrijes in parades. Notice how huge they are. You can find them in museums, on street corners, and in shops. Essentially, you can find them everywhere, okay? And that is a remarkable thing you're going to find out here in just a minute, okay? So pay attention.
Ah, and you can catch them in Coco.
Are those alebrijes?
But what exactly is an alebrije?
Okay, so what movie made alebrijes famous? We know we've talked about it already, right? Coco, yeah. Okay, muy bien, Coco.
Un alebrije para mí es una figura pues fantástica que tiene que llevar mínimo 3 elementos de tierra, agua y fuego y aire, ¿no?
Okay. So these things sort of represent, they're trying to represent something, right? And so this man, this creator, is trying to say that there should be so many elements that are represented in your alebrije. And if we see the screen, right, it's earth, water, fire, and wind. So over here, what is our answer? Either A or B, which is it? Yes, it's B, okay? So in each alebrije, pay attention because you're going to need to know. In each alebrije, there should be at least 3 of the 4 elements, right? Like an earth animal, in other words, an animal that lives on earth, one that lives in water, right? Something to do with fire, because it's fantastical, right? And then maybe something to do with wind or flying or something like that, okay? So all of these elements should be represented, or 3 of the 4 should be represented.
Aire, ¿no?
Okay, well, let's skip that because we already talked about those.
De tierra, pues podría llevar un león. De aire puede llevar un pájaro. De fuego, los ojos saltones, las lenguas viperinas. Y de mar podría llevar.
Okay, how does the artist incorporate the element of water into his alebrije? Adding fins or crests, draws waves as a pattern, or adds wings? Is it A, B, or C? I need to hear from everyone. A, B, or C? All right, good. You guys are telling me A. That's absolutely right. I mean, there's also gills. You know what I mean? There's gills. You could do too for water. There's also, think about like a sea turtle. You know, don't they have like those paddle like kind of fins for feet or whatever they swim with, right? Stuff like that. Okay.
Unas aletas, unas crestas, ¿no? Para poder más o menos llevar una composición de lo que sería, bueno, para mí, Leonardo sería un alebrije.
And all of this vast tradition can be traced back to one man, Pedro Linares, Leonardo's grandpa, who said that after...
Okay, so where did that artist learn about alebrijes? His father or his grandfather? A or B? Good, Ray? This is just checking to make sure you guys are paying attention. A or B? I want to hear from everyone. A or B? Good, Trevon. Good, Ethan. Yep, Bernadette. Okay, his grandfather. You guys are going to want to pay attention. Trust me. Okay, his grandfather. C.
Said that after falling into a coma, had a nightmare where some very dark and horrific creatures kept screaming the word alebrije to him. Not long after waking up, he started building the first alebrijes. And now his son and grandchildren continue the tradition.
Mi abuelo, te digo, los hizo tan feos que no se le vendían, entonces
Okay. So at the beginning of creating alebrijes, this man, his name was Pedro Linares, right? He's the man who first started these. He couldn't sell them. Why not? A, they were too scary, or B, no one was interested. A or B. Yeah, they were too scary, right? So no one wanted them. Okay, too scary. Yep.
entonces él empezó a modificarlos también un poco. Voy metiéndoles color, no haciéndolos tan terroríficos.
Okay, so what element of art did he add to the alebrije to make them less scary? A, B, or C? Value, color, or line? Easy questions, you guys. I should hear from everyone. Right, color. So he started to make them really colorful. So that became something that's a requirement, essentially, right? You're going to make an alebrije. You're gonna make it colorful. I have a question though. I want to make sure that you caught it in the video. What are these made out of? Did you notice in the video some of the stuff, good Bernadette, that he was working with? Is he carving wood or what's he doing? Yes, paper mache. He's using that heavy brown paper, okay, and glue. So that's all these are made out of, okay? All right, so we said color, yep.
Y mi papá es el que les da toda la plasticidad, todo el movimiento. Mi papá les da toda la creatividad de meterles ya más plumitas.
Okay, so the first man was Pedro Linares, and he made them really scary, and then he decided to add color so they would be less scary. And then his son added what? What did the son add to make them better? Feathers, ornaments, blah, 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 more color or patterns? The answer is right there on the screen, right? Yes, right here on the screen. He included feathers, ornaments, bulging eyes, right? So he created sort of more movement, right? Kind of made him more 3D or active looking, okay?
Más grequitas, más ojos saltones, meterles más crestas, o sea, hacerlos más armoniosos, ¿no? Mi abuelo y nosotros yo creo que nunca pensamos lo que iba a repercutir y el alcance que iba a tener las figuras que en su momento mi abuelo pues había visto, ¿no? en su estado comatoso. Todo lo que se ha hecho pues siempre ha salido de aquí, o sea, primero ha sido inspiración de aquí y después pues ya mucha gente ya lo reproduce. ¿Por qué es importante el arte? Porque es parte de nuestra esencia, ¿no? Como país, como pueblo. Muchas veces nos han llamado los guardianes pues así que del arte popular.
Okay, any questions before we go on to the next thing? Any questions about something that was in that particular video? Okay, let me know if something pops up into your head. So basically, you guys, what are we saying? We're saying that this Pedro Linares created an entirely brand new type of folk art. Okay, not that long ago. Okay, and yeah, I mean, that's how do they make them so smooth, like texture? Well, that's the glue, the paper mache, right? Like, I mean, that's just how good they are, right? At doing their craft, you know? So here's the thing. In Mexico, Mexico has a tradition of making art out of paper. I mean, if we think about, you guys know what a piñata is, you know, like at a birthday party and you fill it with candy and you smash it up, right? Y'all have seen those, right? They call them piñatas, right? Yes? Okay. So that's just an example. Like Mexico has this tradition of making things out of paper. They call it cartoneria. Carton is like cardboard. Yeah. Like think about a piñata, right? So cartoneria is like stuff made out of paper. So when this Pedro Linares got sick, right? Did you guys catch how he got these ideas of these alebrijes? How did he come up with the idea? Do you remember from the video? What did they say? How did Pedro Linares come up with the idea of creating these? Did y'all catch it? Anybody? You can unmute if you want. How did he? Yeah, good, Ray. Good. So, okay, listen carefully. Pedro Linares got sick. He was in a coma. Okay. And while he was in a coma, he was having these like figures of these crazy looking animals popping into his head. And he kept hearing this word, alebrije, alebrije, alebrije. That's not a real word, right? That's just something that his brain was telling him. Okay, it doesn't mean anything, right? So the man was in a coma and was dreaming about all these fantastical creatures, so much so that when he got well, he started to create them out of paper mache, right? Out of paper, because that's the Mexican tradition. So think about this. From this guy's illness and being in a coma and having these like nightmares, we get, you guys, an entirely new type of art. Okay. That is everywhere. If you go in the United States and you go to like the Southwest, like if you go to Texas or New Mexico or Arizona, anywhere, right, in the desert Southwest, California, you are going to see examples, right, or copies of alebrijes in every souvenir shop, sometimes large ones as decorations, you know, etc. Okay, so check this out. This is a museum in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they had or have until March 31st of this month, they have this whole thing about Mexican paper art and these alebrijes, and I've actually saw them in person, right? This one in the picture was created by the man, Pedro Linares. Okay, this is an original in the mid 1980s. My point, you guys, is this is not a man that lived 200 years ago. This is new. This is just something from like the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. And then now it is everywhere. Okay. So this is one that was actually created by Pedro Linares, and it's at the Museum of International Folk Art. Okay. I want to show you something else real quick. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if I can open this. Okay. Okay, make sure you can see my screen. This is an online art store, okay? And they sell alebrije, you guys can see up here on the left-hand side of the screen, from Oaxaca in Mexico. It's a state in Mexico. But these are not real, like these are not original from the men we saw in the video, right? This one's made out of wood, and it's basically just in the style of an alebrije. Okay, it's in the style of an alebrije. And by that, I mean, like, this doesn't look like a combination of multiple animals, or does it have the 3 or 4 elements? You know, it doesn't have those things. It's just painted, carved wood, painted in the style of an alebrije. But look at the price. Look at the prices for these things. Okay. They want $600 for this thing. Okay. So, yes, it is. These things have become, because this man was sick, in a coma, had nightmares, did paper mache back in the 70s. This whole thing now is an entire, it's in museums, it's everywhere. It's an entire genre of art. Okay. That's not cheap. Okay. All right. Any questions about any of that, you guys? Okay, so for today, we have a shorter class period, right? What I would like for you to do is meet me over in Canvas, please. I need everybody to meet me in Canvas. And when you get there, I actually need you to refresh your screen, because my screen is jumping around. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're there. Okay, thank you, Kendall. Anybody else there? Give me a thumbs up. I see Bernadette there. Anybody else? I see Arshad, I don't see your Go Guardian screen. Malik, Malik is there. Ray is there. Trigon, you need to go to modules. Okay, when you guys get to Canvas, make sure you go to modules. Belle is there. And what you're going to see is a module called what is an alebrije. Okay, now listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully, por favor. I want you to notice the due date. The due date is for your 4th quarter, right? This activity is, the grade will go on the 4th, 3rd week or 9-week period. If you are all caught up today in Canvas assignments and VHL assignments, then you can go ahead and work on this. If you want to rewatch the videos, you can. Whatever, all you need to do is use your tools here to answer the questions. I also put the link, I don't know if you guys can access it, but I put a link for another video here for you to watch, okay? That tells us a little bit more about them. So you'll read that. You have some vocab support, and then you have several questions. Your questions, responses will be in English, and then you'll submit it. Now, let me say it again. You are only expected to work on this if you have all of your assignments in the modules turned in, if you have all of your VHL assignments completed. Okay? We want to use that time, since your work is due on Friday. We want to use whatever time we have today to finish what we need to, and then I can help you guys answer any questions that you might have. Okay. Everybody clear about what we're doing? Give me in the chat, give me a 3 if you're clear, a 2 if you're not, and a 1, I have no clue. Tell me if you're clear on my instructions. 3, I got it. 2, sorta. 1, I didn't hear a word you say. Yes, that's right, Trayvon. It is. It's a whole new genre of art. Isn't that crazy? Because the guy was in a coma. Right? Okay, Bernadette, what we're doing is we're making sure, take a look at my Zoom background. We are making sure that we have checked for missing work, that we have checked for missing work in VHL. If we have missing work, we are doing that. If we are all caught up with everything else, then you can start on this alebrije activity. Okay? All right. Everybody has something to do. If you have a question, just pop it in the chat or you can unmute. Okay? Arshad, you need to join us, please. Elijah, Ethan, are you working on something? Kinsley, I can't see your Go Guardian screen. Malik, are you working on something? Nevea? You can check my Zoom background if you're not sure what to do. Missing assignments or this alebrije activity. Don't forget that in Canvas, your missing VHL assignments do not show. You have to go to VHL to see what you're missing, okay? Ethan? Check your VHL, please. Okay, we have about a minute or so. Does anyone have any questions? Before we sign off, remember, everything is due Friday. So if you're not sure how to check VHL or something like that, you need to let me know and I can try to show you again. Okay, you guys, don't be late for lunch or your next class, right? Sorry. Have a great day and we'll see you mañana, right? We'll finish up Alebrijes mañana, okay? All right, adios a todos. Have a great day.
Adiós.
Adios, gracias. Adios. Adios a todos.